Hi. We're doing this. Okay, it's working. Do I have the right names? Oh, I gotta start making it warrior like division instead of league. They finally changed it. Maybe I've had it wrong this whole entire time. The website though, it does say each of the sections is division. So I think I've been saying it wrong for like forever. I don't know. Maybe they finally updated it. I hope it's that they updated it. But it's Thursday night. You know what that means. Thursday Night Dota. It's the first week of season 36 of AD2L. Woo! And I have so much Dota this week. So much. I casted Dota on Tuesday. That was the actual first series. That was the champion division. Oh my god, that was so good. I got to watch Nomad's return to the big stage. Nomad was with other people. Nomad was sad boys for some reason. They were all really good, like Divine and above, or like Agent 5 and above. What team was he on? It was Exo Premier versus Splash Damage. They went 1-1. It was a really, really good series. Please check it out. I tried making my first highlight video, like where you. I always love watching the stuff from UA, or the people or Pub Dota, or whatever they call Pubstar Dota, where they take games and they make highlight reels of all of them. So typically it's like the draft and then first blood, roach kills, any other kill that seems exciting, all the way till the end. And they just clip them all together. It's really fun. I love it so much. But it takes forever to make. So I was trying to find a better way to do it. I found a software to use it, but it took like an hour and a half to do by hand. I do think it's way better than I could have done if I auto-generated the thing. Auto-generated a highlight thing, because I know like where I want it. I want it to be at the beginning of the draft phase when I do my whole introduction. I want it to be the end of the draft phase when you get to see all the full draft, like however everyone got drafted. I want to show the 2 loading screen things where it shows the heroes, maybe like clip down. Those are always the same, so that one should be pretty straightforward to do, assuming I can get. I know like the time that I switch to the drafting stuff, then it's like 10 seconds, and then if I know the time that the drafting phase ends, then I can clip that part. Theoretically, I don't know how I would know when the start and end part is, just because all I have is the VOD from my stream. I have the VOD from my stream to work with. That's all I've got. So assuming that happens, I don't know. And I have to remember to record it too, so I don't have to like re-download the VOD to my computer all over again. So I'm recording it locally. But yeah, it was like really annoying. I did do it, but it took like an hour and a half. It made a 27-minute long video. Really big commitment. I do like what I made. I think it was pretty good. But I do think I'll only keep doing it by hand if I get good feedback from it. So I'll do it this week again, probably if I have time. I thought about how I would do it programmatically, but as I said, the draft, I have to get the Python script or some kind of script to somehow be able to tell when I'm on the screens. That one might be more straightforward because the drafting screens look pretty standard. So maybe it's easy to. I've never done any kind of image recognition stuff before, but theoretically, I could theoretically recognize the first frame of it, and then recognize when it switches to the actual game part, and then back up from there. And then I could theoretically, if I could scrape Dota buff, they have the logs from the game. I could scrape that, the kill logs, figure out when all the kills are, find first blood, find roach kills, find deaths that are more than one hero, so at least 2 heroes. Or I could use the combat logs and find like when people deal X amount of damage. And then the problem with that is, how do I know how much context to give? Sometimes fights could start, it could be like an instant death, like a quick snipe, so maybe like a couple seconds before. Sometimes you might need like a nice little build up as far as they smoked, they're searching, maybe they almost killed someone, but then the team TP'd in and like got a counter kill. There's a lot of situations, and I don't know how you would figure that out dynamically. I really don't. to do what I want to do, to make an actually good highlight thing. If I'm not going to make a good one, then I might as well just have the VOD as it always is, already is. But I do like the highlight thing. It's just so much work if it's just me that cares about it. I don't think it's worth it if it's just me. So if anyone has ideas, I've been asking the casters. They all have various ideas, but nothing is really what I want it to do. Unfortunately, let's see. What are the ideas again? There's Outplayed from Overwolf. I don't have that. That one seems like I might try that. I don't know if it'll work with spectating, but it probably should work because it does integrate with Dota. I don't know how it knows which points are important, but that could be really good because it can record games and it can automatically highlight important points. It's probably worth doing at least once just to see. Maybe I can practice it with like a replay and like go through as if I was actually doing it. That seems better. Daddy Odin said use Python and like keep a tracker that reads the screen. The things I was saying before, but he was saying once you have the times of like 2 heroes die or a lot of heroes on the screen, if you can somehow train your thingy to recognize that, if they capture like 2 minutes to the left and 2 minutes to the right, then you got clips. I don't like that. So that seems kind of lame. It's not going to be like a fixed amount of time. It all depends. That's part of what makes it so good. Scion uses DaVinci for clipping. I suppose it's not that difficult. A lot of the problem for me was getting the stuff into Clipchamp. In order for it to be a small enough file size, I had to take the main VOD and cut it into like game 1, draft, game 1, game 2, draft, game 2, game, and then dump all those into the Clipchamp and then go through them one by one. And so the exporting of the smaller clips took some amount of time. So that was one, was DaVinci. Never used DaVinci. I like Clipchamp. That's pretty cool. What else was there? There was something else. I know OBS can record clips, but that's not very helpful either. But part of what I want to do is I don't want to have to note down times while I'm casting. Because I'm never going to know how far before when it started to get interesting. I oftentimes don't know something's about to happen, and so I don't know when to do it. I could note down like, hey, I could hit a button when there's a big kill, but I can see that time frame just as easily by going through the clip, going through the actual stream and finding it. Like if I'm just like arrow keying over pretty quick and I look at the kill count and when it changes, then I know I hit a moment. I don't think it would save any time for me to know every single timestamp when it is. Because it'll give me like a point to look at, but the important part for me is not just that point, it's also how far ahead to make a quip. Using code. Forward the game. And none of the ideas people have are any good. I don't want to use the Dota 2 client to do it. But Harb's here. We're excited. Hi, Octane Apes. This is the stack of Sun and Harp. Well, I should probably put that I'm casting. Wait a second. And my blood sugar is very high. Of course it is. Where's the league? League streams. Woo! Warrior League. Hi, Octane Apes versus the Cadaver dogs. I need to take some more insulin. I took a lot of insulin beforehand. I don't know what's taking it so long. It's plugged in too. My insulin is plugged in. I don't know what's up. That's weird. I don't have a snack today because my snacks have been limited. I can only have 1 serving of pecans a day and 1 of the suckers a day. I already had a sucker. I already had 12 pecans, which is 1 serving. So I'm kind of out of luck. I can make popcorn. I really want to make popcorn. I really, really want to make popcorn all of a sudden. That will be so good. This weekend's going to be fun. Okay, so tomorrow night is Friday. And the Lord of the Rings series comes out. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but I'm going to watch that with a friend tomorrow night. Hopefully with some good food. Then Saturday is movie as usual in the morning. And then another movie in the evening. We're going to watch Spider-Man again. And then Sunday is casting TD2L. Whatever that means. It's the Pro Series on TD2L. Let me go check. I always forget what it stands for. TD2L. What do you stand for? What do you stand for? TD2L. Anytime now. It just says TD2L. The Dota 2 League. It could be just the Dota 2 League. That'd be kind of fun. Well, TD2L. That'll be Sunday. I wasn't sure if I should take it, but they said that they want to see a caster cast single games before they have them cast like the grand finals. So I'm just gonna cast some of their quarterfinal eliminations. I haven't casted for them before, so I don't know if I want to cast for them anymore. But it seems like worth doing just to get the shot. Just a couple best of ones. Sunday at 3 p.m. EST. I think I'll be on my channel. I don't know. But it is TD2L Pro Series 2. Whatever those mean. There is a prize pool that they have. Let me see. I think it was like $300. Let us see. Yeah. First place is 200. Second place is 500 or 50. Third place and fourth place is 25. Let's see. Pro Series 2. Oh, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I don't really know the people who are on the teams. I don't know who's playing. I don't know if it's how good it is, but this is just their second one. It's just their second one. Let me check their stuff. They have their own Twitch channel. It's so brand new. They have some people on their server. Not that many people on their server, like 100 people. They have their own website, td2l.gg. Ooh. Whoa! Wear business or business casual apparel for championships, or if requested by the teams being casted. No formal wear required for non-championship talk games. However, age-appropriate wear is. Whoa, that's cute. Okay, I like it. They're trying to be all legit. They're good to go. Everyone's here. High Octane, Apes, and Cadaver Dogs. They're both here. Harv is gonna carry and probably. Wow. Yeah, it's three heroes that are illustrated are his 3 favorite heroes, of course. Battle Pass got dropped today. As I said last on Tuesday, the new patch was dropped last week, so we'll be seeing the new neutral items today. Some new hero abilities. They did add Primal Beast into the pool. I have yet to see Primal Beast played in an actual game. Even in the pros, I don't know why nobody's played it. Probably because he's terrible. But he'd be cool. I want people to play it. HOA won the toss. The Apes. They have chosen the dire side. They did not choose second pick. That's weird. This is the Warrior League. So as you can tell from like the thing up there, they are third from the top. So they're above the middle. They're like average is ancient, I think. It's probably where I would be if I was playing. I might be in the one above it, but I think I'm like on the cusp. I could fit in this league or the one or this division or the one above it. I don't know. Here we go. Maybe. Whoa. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Amateur Dota 2 League. Season 36. This is the Warrior Division. We've got a best of 2 tonight between the Cadaver Dogs and the High Octane Apes. This is the very first week of the regular season. I think there's 6 weeks in the regular season, so this is the very, very first one. We did already have a series on Tuesday, but this is still right when everything's finally getting started. These two teams, I think, are very, very new. But I'm casting because of the High Octane Apes. They are Sun and Harb and Stimmate and Riley Ann. Okay, the first 3 I know. Riley Ann I don't really know, but I know I've said Riley Ann before. I know I like Riley Ann. And Harb is Harb. Everyone probably knows Harb. The person that carries and is quiet but also loud and has a lot of opinions. And Sun is Sun. Toran Tingus Tokingus. And has different names on Discord like all the time. And Stimmate, we know Stimmate, the offlaner, pause 3. Riley Ann I think is support. Harb is carry. Sun is probably mid. These two are probably supports. I don't know much about the Cadaver Dogs. Banning out Snap and Enigma. I don't know why, but sure. Banning out Chen and Earthshaker. Chen is pretty OP these days. Snapfire is pretty annoying. The Dogs grab up Death Prophet as their first pick. Kind of weird as the first pick. Normally she is an offlaner or a mid hero. She can be support. A little bit weird as support because she has no CC. But she does have a good amount of damage, good amount of nuke. And her silence is pretty cool. But naturally her ult is the best for pushing. HOA gets the Omni Knight as their first pick as their support. I like him. He's fun with his little hammer throw he does. Hammer of Purity. The Dogs get Rubik. They can steal Omni Knight stuff. I don't know why they're picking on Rubik so early on. Usually you would pick that if you have some things you want to steal. But maybe he's part of their lineup. Generally he's good. He's very good up against certain heroes. With spells that you want to steal like Jakiro, like Earthshaker where they have long cast animations, but really good spells, whereas Rubik has no cast animations. Like, there's no time for the stolen spell he casts. HOA gets Night Stalker as their second pick. This will be Stimmate's hero, one of his absolute favorites. You can see that after the patch, Brewmaster is pretty much out of the running. He used to almost always be banned because he's a very strong offlaner. You just rush Ag's Refresher. It gives you 4 sets of bears, but now they changed it. So now Scepter does not give you 2 ult charges. Scepter gives you a sub ability that allows you to create a bear based upon your current stance. So you still only have 1 of the sets of bears. But you could still get Refresher, and you have 2 sets of bears and then 2 of the spawned bears. Still not as good. I'm waiting to see what the meta turns out to be. Very different than before, though. Now we're banning out some carries. Drow's about the same. PL's about the same. Juggernaut, Bristleback. They did nerf Bristleback very slightly. Still about the same. Those are generally annoying heroes. We all know Harb's favorite heroes are Juggernaut, AM, and PL. AM's probably, at the moment, Cadaver Dogs aren't too susceptible to AM. Yes, Rubik is there, but Rubik isn't that great up against AM. But still, you feel the blink and you're going to have a lot of fun from the Rubik. A lot of good positioning. I haven't seen AM played very much in a while. Probably some better carries out there. They did buff up PA. I do hope we see a PA. What I really want to see, though, is Primal Beast. Definitely Primal Beast. I want to see a Brood Mother. I want to see a Meepo. They gave some buffs to them. What else? There's some other hero that I really want to see that hasn't been played very much in a while. I don't know. Well, Bat gets banned, Weaver gets banned. Weaver has a cool new shard that is like, puts a mark on everyone that you get Shikuchi'd, and your Gemini attack hits all of them. Kind of like the shard used to give the heroes that are bugged, they get extra Gemini attack, but it also revealed invis units, so that was kind of cool. I don't know. Bat Rider got buffed a bit because now his sticky napalm, instead of just giving a stack that increases damage that you take from Bat Rider and slowing your movement speed and slowing your turn rate, instead of just that, now it also does damage itself. So when you cast sticky napalm, which has like no cast time, and you typically want to get a lot of stacks on a hero, it does damage. Sure, it's a very tiny amount of damage, but it also scales with what normally happens, right? So the first time it might do 7 damage, and the second time you cast it, it'll do 14, and the next time it'll do 21, on and up, until you get to 10, or yeah, 10 is the max. I haven't seen him played. I need to test him out to see if it's actually really good. I'm guessing as long as it goes, I think it is, because it's like a very small amount of damage. But it does mean you can't be as up front. You're going to have to be more careful with how many stacks you take. Not just because he could jump on top of you, but also because you're taking damage. That is something to note. So Abaddon is up next. Don't see him very much. I am a big fan. Now I really want to see Venno played up against Appa now, because they gave Venno like this really weird shard that doesn't make any sense to me. It seems so weird. It's like a lesser sting, and it's another ability for Venno, and it does a very, very tiny slow, like a 7% slow and a tiny bit of damage over time. But if you debuff yourself, if the sting gets purged, dispelled, sorry, then it stuns the hero for 2 seconds. That's so cool. And Abba's the hero all about dispelling, so if he Aphotic shields someone who is lesser stung, or it could be lesser stung and like Venom is scaled, any other kind of debuff, and Abba wants to dispel it, instead of like helping them, it's gonna stun them for 2 seconds. That is pretty cool.
10 seconds remaining.
Blank is here. Yay, Blank. And it's a girl. Hi, Blank. You're awesome. Thanks for watching, Dreadnought. So yeah, I hope Appa does well. I don't think he's particularly good, like up against... There's nothing huge to purge off. Octane Apes doesn't really have channel things or things that have a long stun time. Night Stalker's Void is a slow, so that's good to purge off, but you can't purge off the silence. Zeus is all about the mini stuns. Heavenly Jump isn't really that long. Omni Knight's Hammer of Purity isn't that much. Nothing crazy to purge off like poisons or channeling things or long duration stuns. Who knows? They do grab Zeus though, probably for their mid. It could be support though. But probably their mid because there's still no carry. And they grab Tusk. So hopefully Night Stalker, Tusk in the off lane. That'll be Stimmate and Blink, or Stimmate and Riley Ann. I don't know. Omni Knight in the safe lane. Zeus at mid. So Harp, AM is still up there. Yes! Wind Ranger. So Cadaver dogs get Wind Ranger as their 4th pick. Could be support, could be mid. It really depends. Abba could be offlaner, Abba could be support. They do have last picks, so they can kind of flex things around depending on how stuff goes. Wind Ranger stun's gonna be, Shackle Shot's gonna be pretty good. I do hope we see a Scepter on Wind Ranger, because I really want to see her attacking, her invisible with her Wind Run, and attacking without breaking invisibility. That's really cool. Well, to me it seems pretty cool. HOA bans Monkey King. That'll be annoying up against Night Stalker. In the safe lane, both teams seem to still need a carry. That's what it appears. Oh. Well, Cadaver dogs are banning out mid heroes, so I don't know what's going on. HOA bans Wraith King. Wraith King's annoying. Ooh, Huskar. That's a good ban. Nothing crazy to purge off yet, though. In a Aphotic Shield, you can't really purge off Tag Team, or dispel off Tag Team. Wind Ranger's evasiveness is going to be pretty cool. Going to be able to kite up Night Stalker and then so much. Right now we have 3 melee heroes and a Zeus who's not going to want to actually attack things. So Night Stalker and Tusk are going to have to be all up in your face. And Wind Ranger is very good at that. We got 3 ranged heroes up against 3 melee heroes. Wind Ranger is going to want to stay in the back, as will Rubik. Death Prophet will want to be up in their face. Probably going to need Yules if she's going more of a core build. If not, then I don't really know. I'm expecting two more pause ones. One for Harb. AM's probably a terrible idea. Maybe PA. Or Void, the new Void. Did Harb get the Arcana already? Did Harb get the Arcana? Please. Please, Harb. We all just saw the Arcana with Battle Pass. It looks really... I mean, it looks okay.
10 seconds remaining.
It's all tentacly. They already had a tentacly skin, but this one's like uber tentacles. It reminds me of kind of like a combination of a zealot and like the zealots with the long things from when they cut their strings. Those things, the zealots, old school zealots, and what's the other tentacly stuff? Oh, what's it from? What am I thinking of? It's very tentacly, which is really cool. Tentacles on the bash attack, time lock, tentacles on the chronosphere. It's really weird. I'm looking forward to seeing all the new things, the new battle pass stuff. The PA one looks kind of lame. The Void Spirit one looks pretty cool, and the CM one, I hope that like the dog is a really big part of it, more than just like a pup that follows her, because the picture shows the gigantic wolf. I hope it means you like actually play as a wolf versus you are CM. They probably won't do that because you got to keep the character model very similar to the actual character model. The PA persona, I don't really know. I like her Arcana too much to want that persona. I don't have the Arcana, but I want the Arcana. Cadaver Dogs is using a lot of their time to pick their carry. Ursa! I was just thinking Ursa. Ursa versus Night Stalker is pretty good. Gonna be able to ignore a lot of the damage. I do like Cadaver Dog's lineup. They have only a couple stuns. High Octane Apes has more stuns. Tusk is their main one there. Cadaver Dogs, though, they do have Ursa, they do have Appa. They do have a lot of good sustain. And they do have the Arcana. Woo! We're all gonna see it. We get to watch Harb, who spent a bunch of money. This is Harb. Harb is Blade. On the Arcana. And we have a Zeus Arcana. Yeah. Sun is playing a Tusk. Offlane Stimmate. Blank, she's on the Omni Knight. Very pure. And Zeus. Riley Ann is mid.
Remaining.
The really cool Arcana Zeus. Floating on a
5
cloud.
seconds remaining.
I think I have that too, and I don't know why I have it. Bagel. Retiring Bricko. Keep Sake. That looks cool. You look really cool. I like that. Wind Ranger. Ooh, purple. You have some purple. Purple bow in your hair. I like that too. And unfunded, you're just Ursa. What is my prediction? Without knowing anything about Cadaver Dogs, I would go for High Octane Apes because I believe in Harb. Their lineup is for melee though. Ursa's also melee. And High Octane Apes do have Night Stalker, who's very fast. Tusk with a snowball and Void with the time walk. So they can get away from Ursa. Both teams could endlessly kite each other. I don't know what way it's gonna go. I don't know. My prediction will be High Octane Apes. They clearly have more money than the Cadaver Dogs. They clearly have a lot of money on their side. And money can sometimes mean a little bit of things. Also, I believe in Harv, and I believe in Sun, and Stimmate, and Riley Ann, and Blank. Ugh. Well, here we go. Oh, I need to take this off. Welcome everyone to the actual game part. I gotta come up with like a better segue for this. I keep saying the same kind of thing. Welcome to the post-drafting phase. Welcome to the actual game. You suffered through the drafting phase, blah, blah, blah. Lots of high-fiving, lots of tipping, lots of happiness. Let's go FH. Let's go blank H. Bagel. Everyone's happy. Stickers. Hey. Hey. A mid-wind ranger. No way. No way. And the cool Zeus is so cute. So cute. Back before they made Arcanas have second levels. It's like a Shadow Shaman. A business level Shadow Shaman. That's cool. Looks like the Apes are going to be really aggressive. They want to take this bottom ward. Maybe? They're kind of hanging around. Boy, you look so weird. I don't like that. Your icon looks like Bane. It looks too much like Bane. I don't like it. Apes, they're gonna claim it. They want to claim it. They really want to. Oh, retiring Brickle gets it right in front of their face. Woo! Blade gets that one, so they get 2 for 2. But first blood onto retiring Bricko. I was not paying attention. Should have paid attention. That was just getting a nice trap in there. So much for that. All according to Keikaku. Who's Sumichu? So how did I miss it already? Whatever. Things are happening. Boots quelling blade first on Stimmate. Wow, how gutsy are you? That's so cool. I guess if you know you're up against Ursa and Abba, then you're okay. And a support Zeus. So weird. It is a mid Tusk. I shouldn't have thought that you were gonna switch roles, son. Well, getting the last hit. Well done. Over at top we have Blade Dash, aka Harb, on the Arcana Void, Faceless Void, supported by Blank on the Omni-Knight with the Hammer of Purity. Dewarding that camp. Well done. Super, super buff. They each kill each other's sentry wards because they put sentry wards in both places. Well done, Retiring Bricko. So they're up against Retiring Bricko on this Rubik. Up, supporting Bagel, Bagged L on this Death Prophet. They got battle passes, I can tell. The cool new level animation. Pretty cool. Blade is getting last hits. Blank is getting harassed. DP spamming things out, so it is a pause 3 DP. Got level 2, got the Spirit Siphon. Good amount of damage on a Blank. Oh, deny! Blade gets a deny. The custom deny animation, because you're an Arcana and you have money. Well done. Nice job, Bagel, getting the deny in the face. Over at mid, we have Torrentingus, Rhino Lover, aka Sun, on the Tusk. Going up against Tempest on this Wind Ranger. Nice snowball out of there to get some space. Did miss a creep, but... Oh, nice job, Tempest. They're up against Tempest on this Wind Ranger. A very purpley Wind Ranger. Wind run forward, Torrentingus. Oh, Tempest gets a deny right in front of their face. There's the shards trapping in Tempest. Tempest doesn't have wind run anymore. Does have Inspiration Aura. Snowball coming in. Who's going to get it? Oh! Tempest doesn't even walk forward trying to deny the rune. Just gives it to Torrentingus. That was kind of weird. I guess Tempest wanted the creeps even more. Cool. Whatever they want to do. Finally, over at bottom, we have Stimmate on the Night Stalker, supported by Zeus. This is Riley Ann, I think, on the Zeus. An Arcana Zeus. Very, very cool. They're up against Unfunded on this Ursa, another purpley kind of hero, supported by Keepsake, who loves their mom. This is good people. They have lots of love in their lives. Keepsake on the Abba with a giant sword. It's like a really, really big sword, but kind of pointy. Usually Abba's stuff is like skeleton-y. I don't know. I feel like First Blood shouldn't have already happened, even though it did. Inspiration creep. Woo! Look, magic resistance. 39% magic resistance. And it doesn't give it to once, but it itself has lots of magic resistance. And it gives health regen aura. Pretty cool. And if you kill it, then every ally in a 1200 radius gets the same bounty. That's the goal here. You get money bounty, even if you didn't get the last hit. Pretty cool. Riley Ann heavily jumps away. Does a one unfunded to be a little bit mean in their face. Blade is having a good time at top. So Stimmate's leading the charge, unfunded. Blade is even with the DP. Spirit Siphon, Blade jumps away real quick. No harm, no foul. Tempest at mid is definitely falling behind from Sun. Not by too much, but it's not surprising. Got a melee Tusk versus a ranged Wind Ranger. Snowball forward onto Tempest, who does have Wind Run, so decides to run away. Good chunk of damage. Power shot in a way. Torrentingus takes a full power shot, level 3 power shot to the back. Let's get right into it. There we go. Thanks, Slammin' Bammin'. That'll be the new transition I'll try. Oh, Tempest runs away again. Sun really wants it. It's so close to getting it. 5 minutes is going to happen. 5 minutes. It's night time. Time for Stimmate to shine. Almost level 4. Maybe level 4 is the time to shine. They are pretty much at full HP, so it's not going to do very much. At mid, Tempest goes down to Torrentingus. He finally got it. He didn't even use level 6. Retiring Breako looking for it, but nice TP out from Sun. Going back to base. Shackle Shock came out, but there wasn't... I guess Wind Run was still on cooldown. I saw the bug, the Tuskar bug. If you have Spirit Breaker with the shard, the planar pocket thingy, and Sun's thing, like if you're rolling boulders, if you're snowballing onto someone, and then you, what is it? You snowball and then you planar pocket as it's going out or something. Oh, there's the punch. Tempest is out of Wind Run. Out of Wind Run. Sun is probably going to get the kill. Tempest is like, oh no! Oh no! One more hit and down goes Tempest. Good kill by Sun. Ooh, nice tips. He's level 6. Wind Runner has to be so careful now. Wind Ranger, sorry. It's a tough lane now. She might need to move to a different place. Put someone else mid like... Well, Ursa's too low too. We could put DP. Nope, she's level 4. Sun is so high. Sun's level 7. Well, she has the best chance. As long as she has Wind Run up, she should be okay. I was saying something. Oh yeah, so there's some kind of bug with Spirit Breaker Shard, the planar pocket, and Snowball, where if you use Snowball and then he uses planar pocket in some particular order, oh no! Walrus punch and then get away. Shackle Shot does not connect. There is the power shot, lots of damage on a Torrentingus, but has a regen rune. So rude, Sun, you're so rude. Oh my god, you're just gonna regen all of it back up. Come on. And then go kill Retiring Breako. Shards misses. Snowball forward. They do have the courier. Retiring Breako is gonna run away. But there's the punch. 3 more hits, but there's a Fade Bolt. Shackle Shot does not connect, but it should be enough to drive him off. 1 or 2. Finish it off. Shards! Yeah! Does finish off Retiring Breako. Well done from Torrentingus. Killing spree already. 4-0 for the side of HOA. Back to what I was saying. Snowball plus planar pocket. There's some combination you can do thereof where you're stuck, where this is in the other state. Because when you use Snowball, then it switches to the other ability, like Launch Snowball. If you use planar pocket at the right time, then you no longer have Snowball ability. You only have Launch Snowball, which means you can't do anything with it permanently. Well, maybe if you die, it comes back. But I know for a long period of time, it's just gone, which to me is very funny. I hope they fix it if they haven't already fixed it. I've already seen a couple. I saw them on Dota Cinema. They showed that it wasn't working. Stimmate tries to go on, but Unfunded's like, well, I'm Ursa. I got overpower. I got level 3 Fury Swipes. If you walk up to me, I'm walking right back on you. Punch onto Wind Ranger. Didn't take as much damage as I expected. Was it? Shackle Shot doesn't connect once again. Tempest is inside a bit of trouble. Torrentingus looking for it. Shards does finish off Tempest once again. Torrentingus 4 kills now. Soul Ring, Invis Rune, then does use it. He's doing so well. I want to see Spirit Breaker planar pocket. Planar pocket. Some cool new interactions. Oh, and Hitch a Ride. Centaur's Hitch a Ride is so cool. It allows you, like, it somehow takes you away from everything. It makes you in like a different dimension. Oh. Aphotic Shield. Is it just level 3? Wow. They're level 5 already. It does the thing where, oh, Torrentingus wants something, but they're all away. Ice Charge, though, perfectly catches that Bagel, puts out the Spirit Siphon, but no more charges left, has Exorcism. Here comes Chronosphere coming out, hits onto there, Snowball comes forward. Shock Charge does not quite connect. Bagel's still alive somehow. There is the Focus Fire onto Blank. Torrentingus is still there, Exorcism is popped. Bagel's like, okay, I'm perfectly fine, I got Spirit Siphon. It's about to run out. Still has Exorcism. Torrentingus comes back. Torrentingus gets taken out by the Crypt Swarm. 4-time streak ended. Not exactly sure what he was thinking. I guess Blank was being a bit more cautious than you would expect. Blade didn't have any damage to speak of. Nice kill. Big rotation. Someone's got mic issues. Harp's gonna go for Mask of Madness, and then Maelstrom, I would assume. Stimmate Pop Back Ascension is quite low. Probably wants to go on Keepsake, but I think that's a terrible idea, because you're kind of low right now. You do have 26 charges. You could do it, wait for the creep wave, and then go. Keepsake's in a great spot, though. Unfounded is waiting. He's gonna do it, go all the way around. He has vision. Stick charges. Ah! Keepsake though has a Aphotic Shield, and Dark Ascension wears off, and he's gonna go down. All the timing. You got support, and you lost your own life. Tips to Keepsake. Good baiting from Keepsake. Well played. Retiring Bricko steals level 3 Lightning Bolt. That's pretty good. Tempest Illusion Rune. Torrentingus going for Scepter. Okay. Zeus is in a lot of trouble. Takes a lot of damage. Rolling so well forward onto Tempest. Shock Shot doesn't connect once again. Keepsake comes on in. Has the Aphotic Shield. Heals up Tempest for a little bit. They are protecting her so much. Sun's been here alone the whole time, bullying her to no end. To no end. Bagel's got Kaya. Okay. That's cool. Pretty quick. Bane's doing pretty good last hit wise. Net worth wise, all the cores are fairly even. Bagel's a little bit behind. Tempest is the one who's definitely behind the pack. Blade's picked up Mask of Madness, so should be able to speed up a little bit. I think they changed Mask of Madness, the animation on Void. I don't remember exactly how. Let's watch. When he casts it again. Let's go. Do it. Do it. There you go. Okay, it looks the same. It's got a purple like aura thing. Kinda. And now it's gone. Okay, so he has a little purple thing. Little purple aura. One more time. Do it again. Wait, no. This person. Come on, Blade. Activate. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Go eat a creep. Okay, so he's got purple stuff now. He's on purple fire. That's the difference. Purple fire instead of red fire. So different. Over at mid, things are happening. Oh my god, how do I get out of this thing? Get out of it! At mid, Sun takes down Tempest, and at bottom, Zeus takes down Keepsake. Uses that Thunder God's Wrath. I apologize, I was stuck in that viewer mode. Simmate's got the solar crest now. They've had to leave bottom. Ursa is now in the jungle. Work on that Battle Fury. Max up Fury swipes. Poor little Cyclone. Going to mid. Blank is going to do a little bit of dewarding, or try to. Nothing's actually there. Torrentingus has Arcane Rune, but there's 4 heroes here that can't do it. They're pinging out the ward. They know it's there. And they're going to deward it. The brand spank a new ward. Well done. They were pretty obvious about it. I'm not going to lie. Tempest going for the Maelstrom. Unless she goes for Force Staff, that would be the safer build. I do like that, especially when you're not doing so well in the early game. But it would take a much longer time for you to come online and be more effective. Javelin is super important. Rotating mid. They're pinging. Tempest knows.
Dire's top tower
I don't know how Tempest knows because they don't have vision, but somehow Tempest knows.
against all comers.
Nice ward up there. Over our top, things are happening. There's a shards though. Exorcism is popped. There's a lot of damage. The Dark Siege comes out. They finish up Bagel. Working on Keepsake now, who does have ult. It does get popped. Working on Bricko. Bricko does steal the shards. Pushes him back. They switch over to Bricko. Where Bricko's going to go down. And Keepsake's going to go down as well. 3 kills for the side of HOA. Double kill for Simmate. I think everyone rotated except for Blank. She's just chilling at mid. Well done, Blank. Ooh, we got the cool Guardian Angel. Blade didn't even have to chrono. Look, see the tentacles coming out? Time Lock like pulls out a tentacle and the tentacle slaps him. It's like a slap. Watch, watch. I like it. It's so cute.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Because usually in the normal animation, it literally creates like a clone of Void who appears and attacks. This one, it's like a tentacle attacks. So maybe instead of a clone of Void, it's a tendril from his hair or arms or something. He's just all about those tentacles.
Just now.
I'm not complaining. It's interesting. Unfunded grabs the bot tower. Unfunded almost has Battle Fury. Not bad at all. Didn't end up finishing up that stick. TPs to top. They want to get the tower there. Oh, Spirit Siphon. Time Walk away from Blade. Blade does have Chronosphere. Has to be a little careful. Don't want retiring Bricko to steal something important. Unfunded is out of mana. Only about 300 away from the Battle Fury though. Snowball forward. Shadow does finally connects. Tempest finally connected one. So good. Working on Torrentingus. There's the Walrus Punch. There's the Silence. And oh my gosh, use Wind Run and down goes Tempest. What a turnaround. DD on Sun. Simmate with the quick run in. It is now nighttime for another 5 minutes. Keepsake does have ult though. Keepsake's perfectly fine. Dropping the Aphotic Shield just because. Here we go. And he gets money. Did he get money? I wasn't looking. Okay. He should have got money. He should have got money. Ursa's got Battle Fury. That's good. Gonna start getting some mana regen. Hopefully. Snowball forward hits onto Death Prophet, who gets damaged, and Thunder God's Wrath, which eventually takes her down. 2 kills with Thunder God's Wrath by Riley-Ann. Oof. That was pretty rough. 4 heroes onto 1. So mean Dark Session has popped. Was it? Dark Session Stimmate's looking for Tempest once again, but retiring Bricko's here. Do they really want to do this? But the Solar Crest retiring Bricko's in so much trouble, so much damage. There's the heal, but not quite in time. Does not have a Aphotic Shield and just 2 levels of the Mist Coil. Blink still has Guardian Angel if needed. Working on mid. Blade's already got the Maelstrom. Stimmate's just chilling out. Using Dark Session for the vision. It's almost over. It is now over. It is still nighttime, but Dark Session does not delay nighttime. Blade takes a lot. Oh, ho, ho, that was pretty good. Nice job adding the silence after the Crypt Swarm, so we cannot so easily time walk it off. Unfortunately for them, we do have Heavenly Grace, which is a dispel. Similar to Abba's shield dispel. But Abba's blocks damage, whereas this one gives you HP regen and bonus strength for its duration. A little bit different. Torrentingus, oh, we'll have Scepter once the courier gets back up, I think. Riley-Ann is just chilling at bottom. Already got the shard. Working on Scepter themselves. Going for Blink on the Ursa. TP finished up Kaya and Sanj. Wind Ranger got the Javelin this time. Did not decide to go for the Force Staff. Yeah, might as well go for the full Maelstrom while you're at it. Abba going support stuff. Either Vlads or Mech. Probably Mech. I don't know. Blade's going for BKB. Makes sense. Then you can avoid their silences. Small amount of CC that they have. Roche is up. They're not going for it, but they're pursuing. Stimmate is smoked up. It's still nighttime for a little bit longer. They do find out. Shards do trap him in just perfectly. The silence comes out. Aphotic Shield is there. There's Snowball forward. Can he finish him off? But he does have enrage. Is it going to be enough? He does pop it just in time. They can't take him off. He's going to go back in. Kicks him all the way back to the side. Thundercraft comes out. They do finish off unfunded. Stimmate almost goes down, but Chronosphere onto 1, 2, 3 heroes. Can he finish them off? They do take out retired Bricko. Working on Tempest. Tempest is almost going to go down. He does eventually drop to the blade. Hammer of Purity coming out. They're working on Keepsake now, who does end up dropping. 4 heroes go down on the side of Cadaver Dogs. Well executed team fight by HOA. They didn't lose anyone. Stimmate got crazy low, but eventually... Wait, how's he back up to full? What? Oh, he ate a thing. He got the shard. I like it. He ate the shard thing. Any more shards? Shard, Scepter. We already saw the debut of the Scepter from Sun. That's pretty good, because Ursa's big thing about Enrage is dash resistance and he's super buff. So anything you can do to waste that time. So kind of, you can Yule's him, you can put him to sleep, you could whatever orb him from OD, Astral Imprison him. Anything you can do to waste his time is good. Oh, there we go. Sees the Serenity. New neutral item. Look at those heals. Look at those heals. 8 regen per second. It's doing so much work. So much work. Oh, but now it's gone. That was dramatic. Still nighttime for 30 seconds longer. Still nighttime. Does he hear it? There's the ping is coming out. Oh no. Oh no. Bagel's in trouble, but nighttime's almost over. But still there for a little bit longer. They do catch her out. There's the punch and down goes Bagel. Stimmate with the kill this time. Absolutely dominating. Blank is there. Takes out the Obs Ward. He thought they were safe. He did react pretty quickly. It's nighttime's over. Nighttime's over. There's the kick backwards onto retiring Bricko. Lots of damage. Nice time walk away. Taking off the damage. But now she's back in the range of the tower. Oh no. And gets punched in the air. Down goes retiring Bricko. I'm sorry. It was a good chance. It was a good idea. Dark Ascension was not committed. Definitely good for HOA side. Blade, still working on BKB. Harp. What has come to you? You used to never go BKB. This is just weird for you. Why don't you go for a damagey item? They're not killing you, are they? Fine, you can play it safe. Oh, there we go. There's Sacrifice does connect with Focus Fire onto Blank. We do get the Guardian Angel and the heal. They're going onto here. Snowball onto Tempest. Tempest is going to back off. Do they have the shield? Kicks backward. Tempest is in a little bit of trouble, but there's a punch hitting onto Unfunded. Thundercraft comes out, but a huge 3 hero silence onto all 3 of them. Pretty good. Void comes in. Blade goes to the Chronosphere. 1, 2, 3 on the Chronosphere. Tempest, though, is there with the Rin. They take out Unfunded. There's the ult from Abba getting popped on Keepsake. It's going to wear off now. Chronosphere is stolen. Chronosphere is stolen. But do you want to use it? It hits on a Blade, but it does also hit onto Night Stalker, who does get healed, but does get killed by the Exorcism. Blade is in a little bit of trouble. Night Stalker sides on 1, 2, 3 heroes. It's going to be enough. Got a time walk it up, but not quite in time. 4 time streak ended. Tempest is going to end up dropping to that Zeus. But wow. They finally took down Blade and they took down Stimmate. Pretty big deal. Chronosphere was definitely good. He didn't catch any teammates. He caught Blade, but he also caught Stimmate, and that was why Stimmate died. Well done. Sun's got the blink now. Blade's got the BKB, which would have maybe saved him last time. Probably not actually, because he was already shackle shotted. Going for Scotty now. Not MKB, because you don't need MKB. Why would you want MKB? That's just silly. Wow. Getting so farmed on everyone. Blink is the pause 5. You got this, Blink. Woo! Bagel's got the shard now. We got the Furious from DP. Got more shards? That was the only new shard. Cool. Roche is up, but they're not going to get Roche. That's just mean. Nice blink animation from Sun. Got the Arcane Rune bottled up. Working on that Aether Lens. They can kick from farther away. So while forward, onto Tempest, but Tempest is way too fast. Tinkus, do you want to do it? Shackle does not quite connect. There's a lift up. Nice dispel for the thing, but there's Unfunded coming forward. Tinkus might be a little bit of trouble kicking back, but getting hit by the Spirit Siphon. Snowball is there. Going back onto Bagel. But there's the fear pushing back. There's still a lot of damage coming out. Eventually, though, he does get out of there just barely. Arcane Rune is popped. Need some more heals, please. Heals. Heals, please. Heals. 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 Okay, they're okay. Stay May, it's not quite nighttime yet. Blink's gonna go for something. Oh. Aether Lens. Woo! That's so cool. Ursa's got Blink, working on Basher. I like it. Over here, things are happening. Abba's ult gets popped. Blinking in with the crippling fear. Can they finish it off? Nice Shackle Shot connects onto there. We do have the Nimbus Cloud coming out. Those teammates getting pushed out so far. It's just barely, not quite enough. Chronosphere comes down. Thunder as well. Can they finish off the DP? Snowball's there for a little bit more damage. And down goes Bagel to the Nimbus Cloud coming out. Stimig gets the thing kicked back onto Sun. Crippling Fear comes out. Do they have a way to pop it? No, he's still silenced. Can't get out the enrage. It's not coming up. And eventually, Tron comes down. There's a Chronosphere getting popped. Wait, I thought we already had it. Another Chronosphere. Wait, was the first Chronosphere Rubik? Did he kill his whole team? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Let's check it out. I could have sworn there were two Chronosphere. Yep. He was Chronosphere. Oh, jeez. I suppose if he caught Stimate again, then it would have been a kill on Stimate, but Stimate somehow survived. Now it's Roche time. First Roche, so just Aegis. No shards yet. Blade decided to go buy the shard. That's hard for you. He's like a different hero now, like a different player. The Harb I knew wouldn't go for defensive items. Like a BKB, like a shard. Hasn't even used it yet. Oh, poor Appa. Having a rough game. I'm fun to working on that Basher. Rub working on Blink. Need some initiation. DP's working on BKB. Definitely gotta have that. Wind Ranger has Maelstrom. Almost has Force Staff. Force Staff's going to be pretty important because she does keep getting caught on. If she has Wind Run to run away really fast, and then Force Staff to get over the shards. That's very important. Abba has the Holy Locket finished. Finally, Blade's got working on the Mjolnir. Mjolnir. We have Dagger of Ristul. Okay, activate it. Show us the magic. Show us the magic. It's 8 seconds. Do it. Do it! Do it! Blade, this is the time. Harp, this is the time. There. Wait, no, that's not it. This is the time. Hello. Okay, you pocket. Now use it after this. After this. After this. After this. After this. There we go. Now use it. Now use it. Now use it. Fine. Don't use it. It's okay. They take the tower. Scepter's still there. He's going for Octane, I would assume. Please don't tell me he already has it. No way. No, he does not already have it. Thank goodness. It's like Eye of the Vizier. So less mana, but more cast range. Night Stalker. We have Blink on Stimate. We already knew that. Working on BKB. Getting pretty close. How did Bradley Ann get Scepter and Shard? Farming up a Storm as a pause for 25-minute Shard and Scepter. Pretty boss. Blink going for the Shard. We get the Degenora. Yay, Degenora. Old school. Oh, my recording screwed up. That explains a lot. Over here, things gonna happen. They're waiting and they're lying in wait. They're lying in wait. They have no idea. Blink forward, Nimbus Cloud kicking back. Do they have vision? Thunder God's Wrath comes out. They do find Tempest. Tempest is gonna go down to another punch. Kick punch Thunder God's Wrath just to seal the kill, and they finished off Tempest. Force Staff did you no good. No good. Okay, Torrentingus, you're showing us you can kick people. It's a very short cooldown. Congratulations, snowball forward. But there's the silence, there's the bash, and there's the enrage. Torrentingus goes down. There you go, way too aggressive. Oh, tips to Torrentingus. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Exchanging tips, and Torrentingus has spent more money on his battle pass. That's why he's got a better tip. Good play. So Basher's up. Still working on BKB. BKB is not quite up on Bagel yet. Tempest is going to go for Scepter. I highly approve. Highly, highly, highly. Abba's going to go for Scepter. They did change it a little bit, right? What did they do? They changed something about him. What was it? They changed something. There we go. They changed the radius. His radius was pretty legit on the Scepter. It was 1600 and now it's 1200. Nighttime Teammate wants to find someone to kill. Do they dare? Do they dare? We do have Mjolnir available. Abba on the front lines because he has 2 lives for the most part. What are they going to do? Blade has Aegis, but only for 55 more seconds. Go take the tower. Abba. 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 They're pinging it out. 16k net worth in favor of HOA. Seems like they're in a pretty good spot, but who really knows? Dark Ascension has popped. They're feeling it. They're going on top on a Tempest. They can't leave Tempest alone. They refuse to leave Tempest alone. Tempest does go down to Nimbus Cloud. Kronos versus on a 1-2 heroes. Can they finish him off? Silence comes up. Returning Breaker goes down. Working on Abba, but Abba's ult finally gets procced. Now they're working on the DP. DP gets kicked back, and there's another punch onto Abba for the finish off, and down goes Bagel as well. Okay. That was 4 quick kills in a row. And my computer is apparently low on disk space. I need to go delete something really quick. What was it? Let's go kill all this stuff. Delete. There, I deleted some stuff. Is that good? Give me a moment, sorry. Nice job with the Shackle Shot. Chronosphere still on as well. So much damage coming out. The Focus Fire Stimate does drop. So many Maelstrom procs. Nimbus Cloud comes out. But Bleaky from Ursa. Ursa, what do you think? Guardian Eater comes out. There's the kick as well. Back on Ursa. Ursa's in trouble. Enrages there, so it blocks all the damage. Another huge Shackle Shot from the Wind Ranger. Where is this coming from? They finish off Blade this time. 4 times she ended once again. Torting is getting pursued by the Exorcism. Bagels on the other side. They know they can kill everyone. The Silence comes out. They finish off Riley Ann. Shackle Shot connects once again on Troy and Tinkus. So Troy and Tinkus goes down. 4 heroes killed on the side of HOA. What a huge hold. What a huge turnaround by Cadaver Dogs. Amazing Chronosphere on 3 enemy heroes with the Focus Fire. Tempest with some incredible Shackle Shots. Where have those been all game? I guess they've been saving them up for just this moment. For just this moment. Well done. Well done. We have Soul and Hammer of Purity, which is very, very cute. Very cute. DP's got BKB. Ursa's got BKB. Rubik has Blink. Abba has a lot of, almost has Scepter. Whoa. And no Curse of Avernus ability. No Curse of Avernus skills. It's a bit surprising for me. That's cool though, I guess. Get more stats. If you know you're not going to attack anyone. It hasn't really been going that way. Blade going for Scotty. Gonna take quite some time. Quite some time. Sun going for BKB as well. BKB's finished up on Stimmate. Can't let the Chronosphere continue to get stolen up. They're gonna go on here, blink forward, punch onto the DP. There's Abba for the purge. Snowball with the kick though in the snowball. There's the Chronosphere. They do take out Retiring Echo so quickly because they know that's the big problem. Quickly takes out Unfunded as well. Bega goes down. Tempest goes down, and Abba's the last one. Pops the ult. They're playing no games now. They're like, okay, we were playing kind of kiddily, and we were gonna give you a bunch of kills, and now we're gonna kill all of you. That was really quick. Blade gets a triple kill, and HOA is firmly back in the driver's seat once again. Nice swing back the other direction, just like that. Oh, it's been 100% for a long time. Dota Plus, you're silly. You're very silly.
fallen. Radiant's middle tower.
Maybe they changed their algorithm. Everyone's so purple. So purple.
Radiant structures are fortified. They must
Glyph is popped. Working on this tier 3. Bricko steals. Snowball! Woo! Silence goes out. It's not nighttime. Snowball forward. Dispel with the thing. Nimbus Cloud gets dropped down. Dragon Brick was most certainly dead. And does in fact drop. Link forward by Sun this time. Going on to Bagel. Bagel pops the Exorcism. Are we looking for a Snowball with kick backward? Kick backward. But that's the silence coming out. Can't actually kick backward. Working on Blade. And Blade goes down to the Ursa. So much work. Guardian Angel comes out. Do they have enough damage? Spirit Siphon with the Fear coming out. Bagel's driving everyone away. Simate pops BKB, but gets bashed almost instantaneously. Trying to work on it. BKB pop at Ursa. Ursa's getting healed up. Another bash again. Stimate's in serious trouble. Blade is trying to heal up, but it's not quite enough. Unfunded takes down Stimate this time. Working on Blank now. Blank gets shackle shot to the wall, and down he goes. Sun blinks away. Triple kill for Unfunded. Blade doesn't get off BKB once again. It seems to continuously being controlled. Having some bad luck. Nice bashes from Unfunded. They are seriously making a comeback. They win a big fight, they lose a bad fight, and then they win a big fight. Whoa. Sun almost one-shot Keepsake, but not quite.
Absolutely not what I expected.
Thunder God's Wrath almost finishes off Keepsake, but not quite. They're trying so hard. Now guess where Keepsake is. No, you already Nimbused, I assume. I don't know where, but you presumably already Nimbused. Keepsake almost died, but not quite.
Time is running out for
They
Dire's
want to get the tower. They're going to make it happen the first tier 2. Now they can finally claim outposts. Roche up in 3 seconds. And there we go. Now HOA's back with a vengeance though. Rick has Aether Lens and Blink working on his own Scepter. Ursa's gonna go... Is that a Scepter on Ursa? Or a Scotty? What are you getting, Mr. Ursa? Scepter! Woo! You can use it while disabled, which is very, very good. But it's actually not good in many situations, because it's not going to help you up against Chronosphere. It's not going to help you up against Crippling Fear. This is the key thing here. You can't use it... Being silenced does not count as being disabled, which I find extremely silly. I would hope that Scepter means you can use it whenever you like. That would be what makes sense to me. Chronosphere, does it count? I wonder if you can use it in Chronosphere. That'd be pretty cool. Cause you to move, trapping all units. Is it count as a disable? They go forward, blank on Ursa. Ursa gets pops to BKB. Nimbus Kaze gets back into the backside. There's the Walrus Punch. Shackle Shot does not quite connect again because no one's here. Chronosphere gets dropped out. Can they finish off Abba? They cannot. But they're working on Tempest. Stolen Chronosphere once again. Working on it. So much heals coming out because Abba's Scepter. So much work with the Scepter. Stolen Chronosphere. They're working on this time. Working on the Ursa once again. Down goes Unfunded. Finally. Stolen Chronosphere does seal the deal on there. Simmate's gonna take a lot of damage from the Exorcism. We're working on here. Spirit Siphon pushes out Sun. Tons of trouble. There's the Fear coming out. There's the Shield coming out. Tempest pops when running, gets out of there. Blade is there. They do the punch. Take out Retiring Bricko. Sun is almost dead. Tempest does eventually go down to Blade. Buyback from the Abba. Blink is still here. Simmate's trying to run away this time. There's the heals. Exorcism finishes up. And they're all coming back. That Scepter from Abba was so huge. He absorbed like all the damage. It was so well done. So well timed. I was like, Wind Ranger's dead, but not dead, but dead, but not dead, but keeps getting healed. I love it. Can you use that even while you're disabled? I can't remember. I guess it'll automatically activate. It'll automatically activate, so it would happen anyway, because they don't have any breaks. Working on the racks. DP has BKB up soon, but can't really do very much without Exorcism. Versus up in 8, so they should probably get the racks and then get out of there. Blade gets Time Walk stolen. Blade, okay. There's the here, there's the fear. Ursa's here, there's the bash, it's there in time, there's a lift up. Oh my god, Blade's in trouble, does Time Walk out of there. Stimmate comes in. Shackle Shot does connect onto Blade. They do have the Guardian Angel, but it does wear off because shot by Stimmate, but he's getting focus fired out. There's a nice Hunter of the Night, steals everything, and they get out of there. Blade with a distraction. There's this kick on the back with the snowball pushing back. Thunder Breath comes out onto 1, 2, 3 heroes. All the heroes, of course, all the heroes. Shackle Shot connects onto Sun this time. Sun's in trouble, but this is coming in with the silence from Stimate. Eventually, Power Shot does take down Torrentinus. Stimate's still running around with Crippling Fear, trying to work on it because he's popped by Blade this time. Working on Bagel, but is it going to be enough? Unfunded takes down Riley, and this time, Walk on the back line's going for Blade. For Blink, Blade's in trouble. There's a Gale Force pushing him back. Blade gets bashed up, gets Shackle Shotted up. Is it going to be enough? And loses this first life. Stimate eats a creep again, allowing him to stay in the fight as always. Ursa's coming, looking for the perfect bash. He does get a bash on Stimate, and Stimate goes down. Huge Chronosphere. Those does finish off. Extrism gets wasted. Takes out Tempest, takes out Bagel. Working on Keepsake. Working on anyone else, but does sound like either Nimbus is there. Coming back in, takes out Keepsake. Working on Unfunded, who does have in range, but he keeps getting bashed. It's going to be nice. Pops in range this time. But endless bash after endless bash, and Unfunded. Can he survive? Hammer of Purity comes out, takes down Unfunded. Unfunded buys back. There's a silence coming out. There's the fear pushing him out to Spirit Siphon. Bagel's getting chat though, but there's a jump forward with the bash onto Blade from Unfunded. Huge buybacks. They do push off the push. They push back the push. What was that? It's the Ogre. It's the Seal Flop Totem. Ursa jumps in, trying to go in for the instant procs, but no luck on the first hit bash. Crazy fights. 2 buybacks, no diebacks. Buyback from Zeus, buyback from DP, and from Ursa. So 2 cores bought back. They didn't kill everyone on the team, technically. They are still up 17k, but for being up this many kills, being up 32 kills, I would have expected a bigger advantage, a bigger something. Advantage. Hammer of Purity damage. Sun has BKB, has Shard, and what next? Because you got something. Let's check out what everyone's doing. Unfunded has really come back. Shard, Shard, Shard. So the Gale Force we saw there. Spirit Siphon, Fear, we saw it a long time ago. Abyss Scepter is the big game changer. And then Retiring Bricko has the Telekinesis Lift Up thing. Shard on everyone over here. So that's Hunter of the Night. That's Heavenly Grace, Degen Aura, or Heavenly... whatever this thing is. Static thingy. Static Field. Time Walk goes back. Long Shards with damage. And Degen Aura. Got the Scotty there, which is pretty good. 1, 2, 3 Scepters. Ursa does need Shard. They could wait until Roche again, but it's going to be a while. I do think Shard on Ursa is really good. Gives you even more of that Enrage. Of that status resistance. Stimulate with the Halberds. Very good up against Ursa. I do feel like Blade needs more damage. He does opt for Refresher. As opposed to an MKB, which I would think MKB would be the best choice. I don't know. They're positioning themselves. They want to go somewhere. Mid-Rax is down. Top lane is wide open. Bottom tower is still at peak of health. What's gonna happen? Sun wants to jump in. Has a haste rune. Oh, they have wards up here. They're pinging it. They know they're there. Oh, blink in, snowball. Kick back. Why did you come and try to kill it? There's so much damage coming out. Down goes Bagel. Jump forward from Blade. Pops the Chronosphere this time. Going on to Ursa this time. Stolen Chronosphere. Can she do it? Down goes Trying Breaker before she can actually use it. Unfunded pops the BKB. But Enrage has already been used. There's the kickback. Abba pops the ult. But down goes Unfunded. There's Thunder God's Wrath coming out. Keepsake's going to go down pretty soon. Most likely when the ult ends. There's the punch. GG is called. Keepsake is going to go down. But they're just kind of give up at this point. He's going to go down before it does end. There's Chakra Shot does connect. But that is GG. Congrats to the High Octane Apes for victory in game number 1. They were ahead for almost the entire game. They did almost throw it a couple times, but they quickly kept coming back. Once they got their heads together, they had some really strong team fight. Sun was absolutely dominating in the early game. Blade continuously got higher farm, and Stalemate was playing one of his favorite heroes, so well done by the High Octane Apes team. Let me go update the scores real quick so I can do the thing. Where's the score? 1. There. There's that. Now I'll have a short break before the next game.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Omni Knight. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Juggernaut.
You can't hear me at all because I was muted. Well, let's try it again. Welcome everyone back to game number 2 of this best of 2 between the Cadaver Dogs and the High Octane Apes. Yet again, it's the Amateur Dota 2 League Season 36 Warrior Division. It's game number 2. As you can tell, the High Octane Apes won game number 1. My mic is now working, and I now have popcorn, so we're very excited. Last game was Sun on the Tusk, owning it mid. Blank had the Omni Knight support, which we should see again. And now Blade, aka Harb, has his absolute favorite carry hero. Wait, is it his absolute favorite? It's this or PL or AM. This is my personal favorite, well, probably my best carry hero. Not my favorite to play because he's just, I just know how to play him and I played him too much, and he's really good. But yeah, it's going to be really good on the Juggernaut. Cadaver Dogs pull out the Mars and the Phoenix. Really powerful offlane duo. Arena combos very nicely with the egg. Makes it very, very hard to kill the egg. We'll see if High Octane Apes decide to pick someone that can kill the egg easily at all. Cadaver Dogs did already ban out the Snapfire, who is the classic hero to kill the egg. But High Octane Apes currently do have 2 melee heroes, and one of them is their carry. It's going to be harder to get someone who can hit that egg unless they're already up there. They did ban out the Zeus, which we saw Riley Ann on last game. Farmed up a pretty quick Shard and Scepter. And we see banning out the Ursa, which we saw last game, played by, oh, they have a different name this time. Played by this person. It was unfunded on the Ursa. Gets banned out this time. They ban out Dawnbreaker. Weaver's banned out again. It seems like there are certain heroes I really just don't like to play up against. The Enigma, Snapfire, Chen, Earthshaker, Weaver, Huskar. These are all heroes they banned out twice in a row. Yeah. I'm liking the combo there. Juggernaut will do very well up against Mars and Phoenix as far as not like the spin is going to save Jug from a lot of things. It's going to be really, really hard to initiate upon the Jug. Jug won't kill the egg that fast, but he can just spin out of the arena. Phoenix does have the dive away, which is obviously very, very good up against both Jug and Omni Knight. Let's see if High Octane Apes decides to go for a hero with some actual stun. Last time it was really just Sun on the Tusk. But he did amazing on, of course. He did so well, but it would not have worked in the big team fights. They had Kronos here for the big team fights, but nothing really else in the way of multi-hero stuns. They have the mini stun from Night Stalker. Oh. Okay. Now I'm surprised. You rarely see these two heroes together, Mars and Axe, because both heroes you almost always see in the offlane. They're both very similar with respect to them being strength, melee, pretty tanky heroes. They're both about being up in your face. Both frontliners, both all about that CC, blink initiation. Axe these days, I don't think you can really play him anything but offlaner. Meaning if Mars is not offlaner, then Mars is going to be mid. I don't think you'd have a carry Mars. I could be totally wrong. These players are way better than I am in certain things, and I don't know. But High Octane Apes, they get Monkey King, which is a very, very good counter to both Mars and Axe. So they put Mars mid, as I suspect. Then Monkey King will do very well. I know I'm muted. I know. Monkey.
Radiant team pick.
Enter. High Octane Apes grabs Jakiro this time as their second support. I love Jakiro. Rubik is still on the table, and Rubik is a good counter to Jakiro. Jakiro is going to be really good with Juggernaut. You have the slow from the dual breath, the stun of the ice path.
5 seconds.
Both are really annoying, really annoying for Axe to deal with. And the slow helps Juggernaut catch up with the enemy, which is obviously very, very good. If we do see Juggernaut with the Omni Knight, with the Omni Knight like we saw last time, it's a bit different. They do have Hammer of Purity, but I do prefer Jakiro with Juggernaut. Still, Jakiro with in the offlane wouldn't really be that bad, and I've seen offlane Jakiros. But probably support Jakiro, a mid monkey, and a hard pass to play Jug. Cadaver Dogs grabs Clinks as their carry. So now they've got their 3 core spots filled out, unless we have a support Mars. I really can't imagine a support Axe. It doesn't make sense to me in my head. His usefulness is counter helix in the early game. His battle hunger isn't that amazing. I mean, it's good. I mean, he's fairly tanky, I suppose. But he couldn't really be a support, right? I don't know. I feel like he needs the farm. He needs his blink. So he can't be a pos 5.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. Probably offlaner. And Clinks
5
Clink should be the pos 1 in the safe lane, and Mars should be mid, as I would think. Last pick is once again for the dogs. But why would they leave their last support until the end? High Octane Apes bans out the Rubik. I love that choice. Rubik up against Jakiro would have been so good. And stealing Spin and stealing Guardian Angel is pretty annoying. I like Cadaver Dogs CC wise now, and I love High Octane Apes. They decided to play a more traditional lineup as far as both Jakiro and Monkey King have AoE stuns. Jakiro is all about that damage over time and CC. Monkey's shard would be cool to see. I don't think it's that good. It'd be kind of cute though if Monkey got the shard. Now it's like when he does his Boundless Strike. If you have it set to autocast, when he casts Boundless Strike, he goes to the end of it. So it's a good escape mechanism or initiation mechanism on top of his already amazing mobility of jumping between trees. So instead of having to Boundless Strike and then jump in, like being in a tree and Boundless Striking and jumping down, he could Boundless Strike, or being Boundless Strike, jump into a tree and then jump onto the person he's done. Now we can just Boundless Strike. It's more stuff. More ways to get around. The Apes grab up Slardar. Okay. That works well up against Clinks. And that's a pretty safe offlaner. So mid monkey, I guess the dogs were banning out Puck and Razor as if we could have seen a mid for either one of those, which we theoretically could have. Now it seems clearly Slardar offlane, Monkey King mid, Juggernaut safe lane.
5 seconds remaining.
All three of them really powerful, all three of them with passives. Almost makes me want to see a Viper played. Because Monkey and Slardar versus Viper is pretty annoying.
Choose your hero.
What's going on? So Mars has to be support then, right? Because Bagel can't be support yet. Offlane Bagel in the core role. Unfunded Storm. Wait, what? Is Unfunded going mid now? Or is it Carry Storm and mid Clinks? Because last game Tempest was mid as Wind Ranger. Maybe they're going to switch her out. Support Mars and support Retiring Bricko. Wait, but Retiring Bricko was Rubik last game and was in the... Was it the safe lane or the off lane? In the off lane. Okay, so that makes it. Phoenix is almost always in the off lane. Ooh, Torrentingus. A mid Juggernaut? No way. No way. I like your skins. I like you got the new thing, right? I like it. So much fire and pomp and circumstance. Axe, you have the glass axe. Phoenix, you look very, very pretty. But this is the lineup. Unlike in High Octane Apes, they are super buff, all 5 of these heroes, these 4 heroes are just amazing. Omni-Knight is, I guess Omni-Knight complements them all, and as far as like Omni-Knight is good for saving, good for sustainability, where all 4 of these heroes are very, very good at just dishing out damage, surviving, CC, all the stuff, really, really good. Cadaver Dogs, Clink is a bit squishy, Phoenix is situational, these two combo very, very well together. Assuming we get a blink on Mars. Axe can be strong up against the heroes we have. I don't think Axe is going to do so well. This is my opinion, but who knows? This is the lineup we have. My guess will be the High Octane Apes. That's my guess.
You deserve nothing.
Prepare for battle.
Well, here we go. This is it, everyone. This is it. Game number 2. I'm going to try to eat my popcorn now. It's hard to eat it. I always eat it right-handed, but my mouse is on the right hand. Let's try my left hand. Okay. So game number 2. It's week number 1, so it doesn't really matter who wins. Monkey King's already being cool. Flying ahead pretty quickly. Inferior form. Checking for a ward. You blew it. So yeah, mid-storm. Unfunded is going to be mid-hero this time. Carry Tempest. Axe going for Vanguard first, makes sense. Getting all the armor right off the bat. HOA is doing the same as before as far as positioning to try and take this rune. Let's see if it's funny like last time where Bricko just walked up and literally took it right in front of him. Didn't even use an ability. And HOA had a stun available. They just didn't use it. Torrentingus. Mid-jug, I love it. Then Battle Hunger. There's the slows. They do Boundless Strike and Spin, but do they have any more? They do get 2 runes, 3 runes. About to get 3. Good plays, good plays. It does mean they know that Blade does have Boundless Strike level 1, which isn't terrible, but it's definitely good for Axe in this very, very beginning stage. He does not have to worry about Jingu Mastery stacks, which is a huge deal. Huge deal. Over at top, we've got Blade. Once again, this time on the Monkey King. Missing a last hit. Supported by Blank. This time again on the Omni-Knight. They're up against Bagel on the Axe and Retiring Bricko on the Phoenix. This is the annoying thing in the early game, Battle Hunger with the Fire Spirits. Lots of damage over time. These heroes, until they get to level 2, they're going to be in a little bit of a pickle. Over at mid, we've got Torrentingus on this Juggernaut. Playing up against Unfunded on the much more traditional Storm Spirit. Torrentingus, are you going to go for battle again? I hope not. And you are. Cool. Sun is just so good. I gotta trust what he does. Last game he played so amazingly. And then he missed the last hit. It's okay. It's okay. You're playing Jug, it's kind of weird. You build him like you build a safe laner. It's okay. Finally, over at bottom, we have Stimmate on the all-powerful Slardar with guaranteed bashes. I love it. Supported by Rylaian on the Jakiro with the cool Immortal Dual Breath and Immortal Macro Pyre. The cool Immortal heads of each type. They're up against Keepsake, who loves their mom. I love it. On the Mars, and who's on fire. Supporting the final hero, the final player of this game, Tempest, on the Clinks. Switching into the carry role instead of the mid role as they played last game. Over at top, things are happening. Battle Hunger on the Blade. Jakiro taking a lot of damage at bottom this time, pushing back. But they each have enough damage to push them back. If anyone goes in, they don't quite have enough yet to totally destroy them. And they each have enough damage to push them back. It's like Dish Out in return. Battle Hunger damage over time. Fire Spirits damage over time. Spin over time. Dual Breath over time. Lots of stuff. Oh, Dual Breath. Spirit of the Wall onto Rylaian. They're just battling things out. They do have a spin. Bale's getting beaten up a lot. Well, a little bit. Dive forward. Cancel out what they thought was a Sal, but wasn't a Sal. So clever. Did he just put a ward down there? Bricko, you put a ward down there. You're being a little bit obvious about it. But very cute. Very cute. Lay the egg. Woo! Lay that egg. And then it fries in the ground because apparently they're in the desert. The Torrenting is kind of... If he doesn't get a kill before level 6, he's not going to kill Storm. So he either... It doesn't seem like he's going to be able to kill Storm. Maybe at level 5 when he gets level 3 spin. Unfunded isn't at full HP, but it's going to be kind of hard. Courier goes down. Over here. Slows onto here with the Courier. I mean the ward. Wait, the Creep. Sorry, I'm blind. But no mana for a spear or anything. Could eat a mango. Just not in the right position. Not willing to go for it. Nobody has died yet. I'm watching very closely. Over at mid, Sun. Used to spin unfunded TP is back to the mid tower. Almost level 6. Sun really, really wants to kill. But it's not going to happen. Phoenix over at top, dives forward, up. Blink is maybe a little trouble as the heals coming out. Bagel, there's no spins gonna happen. It's a really lucky spin, but Blake is gonna eventually go down. Maybe one more hit and down goes Blink. 2 retiring Bricko. The egg comes down. Nice job hitting onto Bagel, but it's just not gonna be enough. Bagel walks on out of there. A bit too tanky with that ring of health. Tips to Blank. That was uncalled for. Almost level 6. Unfunded is daring Torrentings to go in. Just daring. He knows it can't happen. Spin has to be for a very long time. Oh no, missing some last hits. That's so hard. Nice job, Rylaian, stopping the pull. Maybe. Dual Breath comes out. Nice job. Point it back to their creeps. There it is. There's some damage. Nice job dodging the Spirit. Keepsake might be going down here. One more hit for the stun. There it does. Dual Breath goes out and down goes Keepsake this time. Working on Tempest. Another stun. Another bash. Is it going to be enough Stimmates dropping the Burning Barrage? Probably going to go down. Can he take down Rylaian? No. Stimmate takes all the tower shots. Rylaian gets out for free. Even pulled the creep wave back over. Tips the Stimmate. That was well done. Well played. Wasn't first blood, but was pretty amazing. Now I'm at level 6 on Unfunded with the regen rune. Very nice. Torrentingus is the one that has to be a little careful now. He can't kill anyone. He can't kill Phoenix. He can't kill Storm. Just like at all, unless he catches them when they have no mana or no cooldowns. Clinks will be hard because of the skeleton walk. Axe is just really tinky. It's a pretty rough Juggernaut game. That's probably why they swapped Harb to be Monkey King. Blade's got 2 levels of Jingu. Nice pull. Well done. Koneko Loppin! Thank you. Dual breath onto the tube. Keepsake did miss the spear apparently. Tempest is here. But they nerfed arrows like a bunch, at least in my opinion. It used to be that it would fire... Each arrow did the same amount of damage as always, but it would fire more arrows. Now it's always 6 arrows, and they do more damage per level. So you have to fire all 6 arrows to do a lot of work. Nice spear does connect onto Stimmate. Tempest, they can't see Tempest, but they're working on Keepsake. This time, Storm comes zipping in. TP is coming in, and Stimmate might be in a little bit of trouble. Retireberg is here working on Riley Ann, but Stimmate is so fast. Storm has no more mana. Guardian sprint away. And phase boots, wow. I'm taking the bounty rune. That was cute. Nice attempted rotation by Unfunded. Pretty good. Torrentingus is pulling the creep wave. Might as well. Hopefully working on that Maelstrom. Eight-minute runes. There's an Invis rune. Are they gonna get it? Retiring Bricko has the only item they ever really need. Tranquil Boots. That's really about it. Blank slowing out Bagel, who did get a Battle Hunger and Taunt off on Blank. What are you gonna do though? Lol. Root. Bagel, be careful. Aw. Primal Spring doesn't quite connect. And Bagel's just like, okay, I'm still full. What are you gonna do about it? Fire Spirits have arrived. Nice job with the taunt, pushing him back in. There's the laser beam coming up. Blink with the heal. Bagel is still way too tanky. They do back off. They don't want to get too many Jingu stacks. Blade looking for the last one. Could go for the Primal Spring. I mean, yeah, the Boundless Strike just to get a last hit. They do end up getting all 4 stacks onto Bagel. We're at bottom. Torrentingus going for it. But TP's coming out from Keepsake this time. Sun TP's back to mid. Somebody almost gets the stun, but not quite. Nice job. Sun gets the ward. Monkey going for Echo Saber. Sun going for Maelstrom. I assume. Now he should be very careful because Storm doesn't have very much mana. It's okay. Baiting with the ward. Where a top blade is scouting out, looking for someone. Bagel's here. Dual Breath comes out. Pressing Bagel, but Bagel is just way too buff. Spirit comes out, hits onto the Omni, but they're working on Keepsake. Keepsake is so low, Blink pops the Soul Ring. The Ice Path doesn't really hit, but the spin coming out onto Keepsake, and Keepsake goes down, as well as their courier. Tumbler's Toy from Bangle. There's Omni Flash, but there's creeps right there! And Sun just bounces like once onto retiring Bricko, and then hits the creeps, hits Bagel once, and then goes back. Unfunded, there's the hits onto Omnionite with the Electric Vortex. There's a Face Rune. There's a Tumbler's Toy. Nice Ice Pack cuts that 1-2 hero is perfect. Followed by the Boundless Strike. Wow. Riley Ann, well played. Tips to you. You saved Blank from certain destruction. Almost certain destruction. Corrosive Haze. Looks like Keepsake might die if we see Corrosive Haze. There we go. TP's coming in though. Keepsake doesn't have Spear up yet. Oh no! Storm comes in, perfectly timed Electric Vortex. Tower goes down, but Spear connects onto Keepsake. Somebody's looking for it, Keepsake, but decides to run away. Storm's there though. They do have to dive forward from retiring Bricko, and down goes Stimmate. Keepsake was trying to bait him forward, but it just wasn't enough. Well played by all of them. Good rotation. They did lose the tower, but didn't lose much else.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Glyph is popped.
Radiant must summon the spirit to defend the top tower.
Level 6. Oh, Toy forward and the taunt Doesn't quite connect. Keepsake is here though. Doesn't have ult. Dive forward. Torrenting is taking a good amount of damage. No taunt though for a bit. Sorry, call. Torrenting gets healed a bit. Pops the clarity. Storm. Not sure what they're going for. Oh, but gets crushed by Stimmate. Stimmate backs off. Okay, good choice. Do they have a word there? He just knew apparently. Thought Storm was toast for sure. Looks like mid tower is going to go down. Spear goes out. Doesn't check on Torrentingus. They do get the tower. He spins away. And all is go with the world. Keepsake is almost level 6. You do have egg available. Clean is going for Maelstrom as well. Net worth wise, looks like HOA has the lead, similar to last game. 3k net worth overall. All three of their cores are about even. Bagel suffering the most, as you would expect in Axe in this kind of game. Tempest has some catching up to do. Link is just playing solidly. I like it. Echo Saber finished up on Blade. Ooh, followed up by Deso. Okay. I dig it. Probably important up against Axe and Mars. But they do have Corrosive Haste, so Stimmate needs Blink and Shard. Because Shard is awesome. In this lineup, Shard is awesome. The vision on Clinks, the instant armor reduction on both Mars and Axe is humongous. And the vision it provides. You need a follow-up. Torrentingus does have the Maelstrom coming out right now. Cute little chicken courier. There we go. 13 minutes. Not terrible. See the Serenity. Woo! Blade's got Pig Pull. Bagel, are you going for Blink? Yeah, Blink. Storm going for Kaya. Okay. What happened to the days of Storm going for Orchid? They're paying in. They're paying in. They don't have vision, but they see Torrentingus. They see Torrentingus. But they don't see them. They want to find something. They really want to find something. Sun's here. Is going to cut the wave. Did you take on the tower? Do they know Retiring Bricko is here? Keepsake, Spirit, exactly the right time. Do it! Oh, that would have been so cool. They're all there, though. Objective Gaming.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Blade will take the bottom. Working on that Deso. How close is Blink, Stimmate? How close? About 800 away. 3 heroes smoke. Can they go on to Bagel? Bagel saw them. Or thinks he saw them. He feels them. He senses their presence. Getting pretty close to Blink right there. Need some more vision.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Omni Slash on a keep it this time. Ice Path as well. Goes to the creeps, but ends up dropping to the last crit from Torrentingus. Okay, they finally catch out a hero. Hasn't had a chance to use the arena yet.
Tower is under attack.
I just Omni Slash. Working on top. Riley comes in. Stimmate's looking for the catch on a Tempest, but he's too smart. He gets out of there. Stimmate got the Mask of Madness. I like it. A bit silly, but cool. Explains why the blink took so long. Or is taking so long. Tempest gonna go for Gleipnir immediately. Okay. Hopefully Shard first and then Gleipnir. Bagel's so close. Torrentingus looking for it. Has DD. And Shard. Oh god. Oh god. Call coming out. Oh, decides not to go in. It's probably smart. It's probably wise. Would have taken like 3 more hits depending on the crits. Over our top, things are happening. Mina gets dropped. Guardian Angel is popped, and down goes Blink. They're all trapped. Storm zipping around, but out of mana. Tempest doing a lot of damage with the thing. Egg pops, finishes off Riley Am, and here comes Sun with the DD. That was dramatic. Dodges the spin. Bagel is now here. Bagel does have Blink. And they have vision. Okay, not over there, but they had vision. Stimmate has Blink now. They want something. Storm's working on Kai Assange. Primal's ring forward. Oop. Keeps the spear back. Wants to finish off the ward. He does finish off the sentry ward. Well done. Huge warded that thing completely. But huge blink in. 3 heroes taunted. Wukong's command drop. Torrentingus has gone down. Stimmate's going to be soon to follow. Maybe Storm zips in. It's going to be enough. He does drop down. He does finish up Blink. Bailey goes down in return. Retiring Bricker goes down. Wukong's command is still dropped down. Working on Unfunded. And it's going to be enough with the last hits from Echo's favor. Down goes Unfunded. 4-time streak ended. Played with an ultra kill. Give him the rampage. Give it to him. Finish up Deso on Monkey King. Wow. Huge call from the axe. I need to put down this popcorn. That was crazy. Oof. Got the shard on Clinks now. Still has a ways to go to catch up. Blade is now solidly 2k in the head. 2k in the head. 2k ahead. Bagel's Tumblr's toys are so cute. You need some more tier 2 items though. Working on Roche. Rosa phase too strong and down it goes. Instant 5 hero smoke. Poor Keepsake. Just wants to keep taking down those ops wards. But they're still there. Well, the sentry this time. There's the spins. Blink forward crush. Onto Keepsake, and Keepsake goes down. We don't yet have shard on the Stimmate. Hopefully he gets it soon. Torrentingus has... It's level 12. It's level 2 ult. I thought level 12 was pretty low, but it's pretty good. It's nice. Gonna get his own Gleipnir. That's cool. You don't see that very often. Gleipnir on Jug. Tempest is not going for Gleipnir. Switches to Dragonlance, which is the new build. You have to get different items. Instead of being a Ogre Club and 2 Blades of Alacrity, now it's a Belt of Strength and a Recipe and a Blade of Alacrity. Oh, Bands of Elven Skin? Boots of Elven Skin? What is it called? Band of Elven Skin. There we go. Blink forward, crush onto there, but nice. That was a bait. Spirit comes in, bound the strike. Dust is popped, they have vision, but there's a blink taunt. Arena gets come down. Stimmy is just so buffed, Torrentingus is spinning around like crazy. Guardian Angel is going to be popped. It does get popped. They're going to take out Bagel this time. Egg drops. 1, 2, 3 heroes get stunned. Huge damage coming out, but Omni Slash pops out. Tempest goes down. Follows the storm all the way to the edge, but doesn't quite finish off the storm. That was a weird Omni Slash. Working on the tower now. Riley Ann, I think, did something. Probably dropped down Macropire. Glyph is used. Takes down, hits a lot of damage on a lot of people. But there's a ward there. Ward has been killed, I guess. Seeds of Trinity though. Seeds of Trinity is too strong. Fire Spirits go out. Still have Ages. Blink. Going for Glyph. Going for Glimmer Cape next. No one's got mech. Let's save mid. Unfunded. Torrentingus is like, get out of my house. Get out of my house. Unfunded is the highest level hero in the game, I think, right? Oh, sorry. Blade is the highest level hero in the game. But Unfunded is beating out Torrentingus. Ustamate blinks forward. There's the... Tries to go for it. Unfunded does have mana. We're looking for it. Did he see it? He did not see Storm. But blinking away. Unfunded does dip that way. TP's out. TP's out. Stimmate. Oh, so close. Had 1 more second left on the blink. Good try. Good try. Are they finally gonna get it? They finally get the Ops ward. It's been sitting there for such a long time. That's silly. Blade, 2 stacks in the Deso. Keepsake is in trouble. Spear does connect. Balance Strike is there as well. TB's coming from Axe. Blade should be very, very careful. Arena gets dropped down. Blade is almost certainly dead. Primal Spring, there's a Blink Taunt. Laser, Burning Barrage. Zip in Electric Vortex, Culling Blade, and there's the first stack for Bagel. Kinda hard to 1v5 there, sir. Nice try, Blade. Nice try. There wasn't a tree to Primal Spring to. Look, he was right there. He had Primal Spring up, but there's no trees. There's no trees to go to. That stinks, because this is not a tree. This is not a tree. That's a fake tree. That's where he died. Aw, it stinks. I wonder if it was on purpose. Still Aegis on Sun. Has Invisionus round, has Atos. Now has Gleipnir. That is cool. Very good up against Storm. I guess that's the point. Storm needs to get BKB, but it's gonna take a while. Slardar, do you have... Yep. He has Shard. That's very, very good. Makes Crush bigger. And it applies Corrosive Haze, which gives you vision as well, which is awesome. Blink forward. Retiring Bricker was too good. Tempest has Dragonlance, working on BKB. Bagel almost has Blade Mail. Pretty good. They're controlling their vision like crazy. More Blade Fury. Invis. I know they have sentries here. This could be big. Gleipnir. Omni Slash. Tempest doesn't have any Skeleton Walk. He already used it. The spin. Oh, it's just too much. Solo kill on the Tempest. Wow, that was kind of cool. Lots of skellies, but no vision. And the Aegis gets reclaimed. Over at bottom, Stimmate gets the sun onto there. Working on Unfunded, but the perfect zip out, dodged it all. Is it going to be enough? It's just barely going to be enough. 3 stacks, but not quite enough to work on the egg, but it's not going to be one more hit. It does take out the egg. Blade survives a little bit longer. Guardian Angel was popped, but Blade eventually goes down. Retiring Bricker goes down to Blade before. Blink is still there. Stimmate is running away. Can they do it? And they get out of there. They're still working. They got Blade. That was totally worth it. Notice me. Blink call. But there's Stimmate on the backside. Gets Heavenly Grace up, but takes a lot of damage. Oh my goodness. Spirit comes out, but they do finish off. Stimmate X probably gets dropped. With a good Ice Path, or with a good Liquid Frost. Unfunded is just standing in it. Bagel's also standing in it. Can they finish off? There's laser for the heals. Magnifier does not quite do enough. Well played. Huge 3 kills from Cadaver Dogs this time. Blade's back, finishes off Keepsake. Primal Spring coming out. Can he finish off Unfunded? It's not going to be quite enough. One more hit would have done the trick. Okay. So are you going to play more seriously now? Net worth-wise, they're still ahead by 7k this time. Tempest, though, is a lot closer. Blink, Call doesn't quite connect. Torrenting is kind of low, but does have regen room. Pops it. Has Omni Slash. Didn't get the Blade Fury duration. I'm a little confused. But, okay. There's the 4 hero smoke. Were they in vision of a word? They were not. Blink forward. There's the crush. On a Bagel. Gleipnir comes out as well. Blade Mail doing so much damage. Stimmate runs away. Huge heals. Bagel does eventually drop down. Torrenting is so low and does go down. Wow. That was huge. Blade gets seen. Down goes Stimmate as well. Zip forward onto Riley. And this time Riley goes down. Arena gets dropped. Blink is speared to the wall all alone. And down they go. Blade is in vision. Drops Mikok Swam, but is stuck on the high ground. They know. They were underwater the entire... But they weren't. It was just put down there. Well, full team wipe. You got Axe, but you all died. They had so much heal for Axe. Who had the... So I'm not a mech. Yes, the mech from there. The laser beam heal. That was a lot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well played.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Biggo with the nice calls once again.
Time is running out for Dire's middle tower.
Storm almost has BKB. Now he has BKB. Tempest has crit. Decided to switch from BKB. I guess he's dishing out a lot of damage now. And he's staying on the backside. He's not getting caught every time. Switching to BKB. Blink, working on Glimmer Cape still. Wait, is BKB working on Bash? Almost there too. I guess Roche is up. They could go for Roche. Probably a good idea. Do they want to smoke? They do have 2 smokes. It's probably a good idea to go for Roche.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Smoke! Smoke! There we go. Go for Roche. Well, they probably know they're coming to smoke for them, because pretty obvious. Scan goes out. Now they know they're not in Roche. But did they see Stimmate? Blink away. Blade. Staying out of sight. Well done. Yeah, Ogre Steel Totem. Woo! Axe is still looking though. Saves it from the storm. Blink. Calm. I spot the disconnect with Macapire. Glickner is coming out. Heavenly Grace is there. BKB has popped. They're working on it though. Egg gets dropped down. Can they finish off the egg? It's only just the Juggernaut working on it. Is it going to be fast enough? I don't think so. 1, 2. Oh, it's not quite enough. And down goes Riley Ann. Riley Ann bites back. Huge 3-hero clearing crush. Almost goes out. Hits on a Tempest. Tempest goes down. Spear goes out. They finish off for Shine Breako though. Spear's going to finish off Blade though. Blade is totally dead. Didn't even get to Wukon's command. They do finish off Keepsake. Act and Storm are the only heroes left. That was a weird fight. So buybacks from Riley Ann. And they're going to get Roche. There was no Wukong's command. It might have been on cooldown. Maybe, but probably not. That was a weird fight. Huge Riley Ann, Macropyre, and Ice Path. Those were amazing. Those are spot on. They allowed Stimmate to survive. Just barely. Now who gets the shard? I thought you already had a shard. You already had a shard. You already had a shard. I don't know if you had a shard. I guess not. Now you have a shard. Nice work. Oh, there's your shard. So here's the Monkey King shard. It seems kind of a weak sauce one. It doesn't give you any like inherently better things. Just like a better escape mechanism or a better initiation mechanism. Mobility is the name of the game. Tempest playing a dangerous game here. Dangerous game. There we go. Blink forward. Call. Lady Meow is still on there. Zip in from the storm and down goes Stimmate. Good coordination. Good vision from Tempest. Earth goes out. Catching out onto Omni goes down. Blade's here just watching from the high ground. No big deal. Working on the tower. Tower goes down.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Rasher on Monkey King. BKB on Storm. We saw that last time. Bago has Shard. Shard is good on Axe. I've been wanting to see this for a while. It lowers attack damage of people hit by the spins. So assuming you go in and you call like a couple people, you're gonna get a couple spins off on them. It's pretty good. Giving him the damage reduction, attack reduction.
Oh, cover your
Tempest with
eyes.
Daedalus.
Dire's bottom tower is taking a drubbing.
Does anyone else, when they think of Tempest, do they think of Han? Wasn't like Enigma was Tempest? The Enigma equivalent in Han was called Tempest? I'm trying to remember what their ability actually looked like, but I'm pretty sure it was called Tempest. Like,
Dire's middle tower
like
is under attack.
Razor was Corrupted Disciple, and Viper was like Arachna, and what else was there? Hammer Storm was Sven, and Storm Spirit was Dr. Repulsor. Wow, it's been a long time. Bounty Hunter was Scout. Wukong's command getting faked out. Storm zips in, TP's out of there. Yeah, gets some space, doesn't actually kill the creeps. That was a little bit silly. Tower goes down. I don't really understand what happened. It was cute.
Poor, but it doesn't tower. Can its end be drawing nigh?
Aegis up for another couple minutes.
The Dire's
And Scepter now on Sun. It's a very odd build.
drawing nigh.
Not super damage focused. Now it's kind of becoming a bit more functional. A bit less chance that he'll die because he has the long range Swift Slash. But Gleipnir is kind of odd. I like the bash though. Should be good. The root for Storm. The Storm does have BKB. 4 hero smoke zipping in onto Stalemate this time. Ice Path goes down. They do catch it out, but there is the blink taunt onto the two of them with the Blade Mail. BKB's popped. Sun is still there. Spins out of there. He does have Aegis if he needs to. They do take out Bagel. Stalemate's still working on it. Has BKB, but taking a lot of damage from this Clinks. The crush doesn't quite go on, but there's the Omni Slash hitting out onto the Mars, and Mars eventually drops. Keepsake has hit the ground. Egg is still there. Gonna finish off the stun, but maybe not quite enough. Blade is here now when they catch out onto Clinks, and Tempest drops. Oh, too much. Sun is still so low, but it's not quite enough, and down goes retiring Bricko. It's just too much. Full team wipe. They couldn't even kill Sun. Does he have healing more than 5 seconds? He does in 5 seconds. Zip forward. Can't kill off Storm. Why is it so much less damage? I feel like it used to be more damage.
Middle tower is under attack. Whether accidentally or on purpose, radiant structures have been
Internment.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Internment. Will they finish off this
Radiant's middle
This-
tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks
cat? It was a cat. Take out mid tower. Glyph is popped this time. Storm is up. Bagel is up. They gotta be a bit careful. They should probably be okay. They don't have Guardian Angel, but they do have the other stuff. Oh, first hit bash onto the Storm. That was kind of silly, right? It was a bad. Or was it this? It could have been Liquid Frost. Aegis sends once again, but I think there was some damage because it didn't do anything. The Aegis is reclaimed. Blade has Mage Slayer working on Bloodthorn. That's very, very good. Good for up against Bagel, good for up against Mars, up against Phoenix, good for lots of stuff. Phoenix is also working on the Orchid, which I don't really get. Suppose it'll be good up against Sun, kind of, or Omni, or various and sundry people who do rely upon spells. Do we have it? We do have the shard. Use it. Use it. It is pretty cool. Popcorn. I'm eating popcorn. I'm trying really hard. I made it myself. Out of corn. And salt. And olive oil. Or no, vegetable oil. And butter. Or no, it was ghee instead of butter. 15k net worth in favor of HOA. Sun's playing it a bit careful. Does have Blink working on overwhelming Blink. I'm still not going for overwhelming damage for sure. Stalemate working on Scepter. What? I guess she'll be tankier. More status resistance and such. Okay. There we go. Nice spear pushback. Nice shard on the spear. A lot of slow, a lot of damage over time. Dive forward from retiring Bricko just because. Sun blinks away. They need to. Oh, there's zip away. Call from Axe. We could boost pop from Wukong's command. They know it. Wukong's command. Drop it. Drop it. There's Guardian Angel coming out. They do take out Tempest. They take out Keepsake. Buys back. Steam Day working on Storm, but it is just not going to be enough. Spinning out from Sun. They do catch out. Oh, but the huge spear dodge from the... They will blink call onto Jakiro. Jakiro's in a little bit of trouble this time. Getting taunted, getting hit by like everything. Is he going to survive? So close. Does actually survive. Wukong's going to drop from Blade to keep everyone back. I'm about to sneeze. I'm trying really hard not to. Omni Slash comes out onto the solo Bagel, dodging the spear. Buyback from Bagel. Tempest does not have buyback. Zipping with the Storm. Flip with the call. Egg comes in as well. So much damage coming out. Unfettered zips away. They're not working on the egg at all. They're just going to give it up. The Swift Slash coming out, but not really timed correctly. It does get stunned. 4 heroes get stunned by the egg. They take out Unfettered. They take out Bagel as a dieback from Bagel. They take out Keepsake. They take out Retiring Bricko. They're all still alive. What in the world? GG is called. They couldn't kill a single hero with the buybacks. Oh, that was rough. I got popcorn in my throat. Oh, God. GG. Oh. I'm trying not to... Oh. Trying to swallow it. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, jeez. Oh. Yes, yes, Axe, you're very excited. Or no, Juggernaut, you're very excited. Yes, we all hear you. We all hear you. You're excited. One more time. There we go. We love it too. Okay. Yes, Juggernaut, we hear you. Fine, I'm gonna close out, and I can't hear you anymore. It's okay. It's okay. Well, GG, congrats to whatever team we just watched. That was some random team. HOA, which stands for something about high octane apes. Congrats to them. They win 2-0 versus Cadaver Dogs in this first week of the regular season. Thank you all for watching this first series. I'm going to try to make another highlights video of this because I did it for the Tuesday one, but it took me like an hour and a half. So I'm hoping this one goes a little bit better. I'm off to a very poor start because I didn't get to the recording thing that I was doing with OBS. It kind of failed in the middle. I think I ran out of disk space. So I'm going to have to like download the Twitch VOD and then do it, which is going to take a lot longer. So I probably can't do it in half an hour, but I really want to. I like the highlight video. Okay, well, thanks everyone. Good night. Enjoy the weekend and Labor Day. Hopefully nobody has to work on Labor Day. I don't have to work on Labor Day, which is really cool. And enjoy the Battle Pass because it costs a lot of money. I don't think the Void one is worth it, but I hope the CM one is worth it for level 75 because I bought 100 levels because I want to buy one of the ones that I like. I don't really play Void Spirit. I do like PA, but I don't think her persona is very good. But we haven't seen it yet. We're still waiting. Sorry, I'm still talking. Good night, everyone.